Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, we from Group 3, consisting of Alvin Irwanto, Muhammad Fauzi Maulana, and Muhammad Fauzan Abrar. Today, we will be presenting and showing our major assignment for the deep learning course. Yeah, let's get on with it. Next. Oh, yeah. Image classification. Image classification is a fundamental task that attempts to comprehend an entire image as a whole. The goal is to classify the image by assigning it to a specific label. Typically, image classification refers to images in which only one object appears and it is analyzed. In the other words, it is the process of categorizing and labeling groups of pixels or vectors within an image based on specific rules. Specific rules. Oh, the dataset we are using in this assignment is the MNIST dataset. It is the de facto Hello World dataset of computer vision since its release in 1999. This classic dataset of handwritten images has served as the basis for benchmarking classification algorithms. As new machine learning techniques emerge, MNIST remains a reliable resource for researchers and learners alike. A sequence model is the appropriate for a plain stack of layers where each layer has exactly one input tensor and one output tensor. The sequential models allows us to create models layer by layer for most problems. It is limited in that it does not allow us to create models that share layers of or have multiple inputs or outputs. This is it for our introductory PowerPoint. Moving on, we will discuss our models thoroughly by my colleagues Alvin Irwanto and Fauzi Maulana.
Okay, thank you, Fauzan. This is our project. We are using Google Collaboratory. The first thing that we need to do is importing the library for our project. We importing the TensorFlow, Matplotlib, NumPy, and for the Fashion MNIST dataset, we use from the class. In this dataset, there are 68,000 grayscale image and 28 cross 28 image. And then that's it for the training data, and we have also for the testing data 10,000 image. The data set has a 10 label, and there are several class here. And then after that, because of the data set is already split, so we don't need to split it again. We just need to load the data set from the class, and then in this code we check the shape of the data. So we have the trained image 60,000 with 28 cross 28, and we have also the testing data 10,000, which also same 28 cross 28. And then after that, since the class name are not included with the dataset, we will store them here to use later when plotting the images. So each image will map with a single label. So we put the label here for the process. And then the next step is the data visualization. This is the first data in the trained image. We use plot for the data visualization. And then to find out the label and the image is already matched, we use this code for looking the dataset. So this dataset is already matched with the label. This is ankle boot and some others. And then after that, we training data or called fitting. For the train the data, we need the class and layer. So we need to import again the library. After that, we need to scale the value to a string of 0 and 4 before the feeding them to the neural network model. For for do for do this, we need to divide the values by 255. So the trans image will be divided into the 255. After that, we create the model. This is the model using the sequential model. We just use the TensorFlow and Keras here. And then we have four layer here. The first layer is to transform the format of the image from two-dimensional array to one-dimensional array. And the second layer is the hidden layer that contain 512 nodes or called unit. And the next layer is the hidden layer also, the second hidden layer that contains only 128 nodes. And the last layer is in the last layer is node contains a score that indicates the current image belong to one and to the 10 classes. And after that, we need to compile the model. In this code, there are several parameter here. The first we have the optimizer. The optimizer is used to look how the model is updated based on the data it sees and its loss function. And then the next parameter is the loss. Loss function is used to compute the quantity that a model should seek to minimize during the training. And the last parameter is for used to judge the performance of the model. And then we just train the model using fit function here. We use a train image and train label. After that, we got the accuracy around 80 until 19. After that, the accuracy part will be explained by my friends, Alvin. Time is your Alvin.
Okay, thank you, Fauzi. And this is the part of accuracy. So if we take a look of uh, the compile model before, can see the accuracy that is quite good. The test accuracy is 0.88963 or equals 88.63%. And the test loss is not high, which is good. It's around 0.31 or around 31%. And after that, there is a summary model. It contains the layer type, output shape, and the parameter. The first is flatten, which is the input layer. It contains none and 784, which is the pixel of the image. Next is the dense, is a first hidden layer that contains 512 nodes. The third is the dense one. This is the hidden layer, the second hidden layer that contains 128 nodes, and the last is the output layer, which is contain 10 of the class in the dataset. After that, move to the prediction. Yeah, we predict the image using the predict function. Just you use model.predict the test image. So for using this, we just call the predictions and call the image that we want to use, which is in this case we use the image number 2 that represent by 1 because it starts from 0, and the result is array with uh, 10 value inside of it. And after that, the predictions we using the NumPy argmax is to find out the highest value from the array before, and it says that the image is belong to class number 2, or in this case it is the t-shirt or top image. And if we look at the test image, it also have the same value, which is the 2 also. And this is the image that we predict before. It shows that it have the two value. Can you scroll it, Fauzi? Yeah, it showed that the example the model is successfully predict the image that was given before, which is the t-shirt of or top image. So we move to the last part, which is result. So with the model trained, you can use it to make prediction about some image. The model's linear output logits. So attach a softmax layer to convert the logits to probabilities, which is easier to interpret. So yeah, we also we use the same like before using model, but in this result we add the softmax layer. So the probabilities, just the number, we can turn it into the percentage. So same like before, we predict also the test image, and after that graph the 10 classes prediction using in this case we use two function, which is the plot image and the plot value array. So the plot image is to show the image that the predicted one, and the plot value array is to show the diagram that show how the probability of the prediction. Scroll it, folks. And yes, now let's take several image. You can see the prediction. Note that prediction can be wrong even when very confident, because yeah, there are no perfect model in this world. So first, it plot the X test image and their predicted label, also the true labels. And in this diagram, the blue one is, it means the correct prediction, and the red one is the incorrect or wrong prediction. So if you look at this image, yeah, we can see that there are many prediction that are true, but there are also one that wrong, which is it actually a sneaker image, but predict that it was the sandal with 87% probabilities. But the others, such as the shirt, it's true with the 99% probabilities, trouser with 100% probabilities, and etc. Okay, that's all the explanation of the code of our code. And yeah, I will pass on to Fauzan for closing statements.
Um, okay, thank you, Alvin. This is all from us, Group 3. This is the end of our major assignment 1 presentation. But yeah, that is all, I guess. See you next time.